With that, I want to introduce our first speaker, Noel Rodriguez. Noel is a son of the San Joaquin Valley from a small country town, born to parents who were farm workers. He's a fourth-generation Mexican-American who knows well the challenges faced by all of our communities today. He is a UC Davis alumni and a Sac State alumni. So he's got both sides of the Causeway Classic. He has a long history of working as a community organizer, a manager of youth programs, manager of the public authority of IHHS, and he is currently a program consultant with Rise Inc., one of our great nonprofits here in Yolo County. He has served as a library trustee and is currently the president of the Woodland Joint Unified School District Board of Trustees. Let's give Noel a round of applause. Let's welcome him to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. Thank you, Indivisible YOLO, for the invitation to speak today. I'm Noel Rodriguez. I'm a local school board trustee. I live in Woodland, but I'm from, there you go, Woodland, but I'm from Delray, California, a small town in the San Joaquin Valley. I'm a son of a farm worker, and I also worked in the agricultural fields. Today, I have great pride in celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Farm Workers' March. The march was a testimony to the ideals of dignity and justice for farm workers who dealt with deplorable working conditions, low wages, and rampant racism. Today, we all find ourselves in a similar plight as we gather in the fight for dignity, justice, and the survival of our democracy. We are experiencing an authoritarian administration which has our country in a constitutional crisis. Due process is being trampled, healthcare programs cut, the weaponizing of ICE against immigrants and citizens, threats to special education funding and funding for migrant and low-income students. Then the SAVE Act, you've heard about that? Which may block more than 21 million Americans from voting. And we are now in a needless war. So today we gather to fight for our democracy, to fight for dignity and the rule of law for all in this country, citizen or not. And we gather to reject the cruelty and hostility displayed by this administration. People don't lose freedom overnight, said Malcolm X. They lose it by accepting injustice one day at a time. I want to share some insights with you from the director of the Oscar-winning film Mr. Nobody Against Putin, which highlights efforts of Putin's regime to spread propaganda in schools. The director said, "My film is about how you lose your country. We learned you lose it by countless small acts of complicity. We are complicit when ICE shoots people in our streets and when oligarchs take over the media and we say nothing. We will face a moral choice, but even a nobody is more powerful than you think," he said. "We can all make a difference. And so we must stay engaged. Though you may grow tired and weary, no one is coming to save us. Only we united can change things. Only we united can change things." Justice Sotomayor shares that some days she gets discouraged, at times deeply disappointed, and she asks herself, is it worth it anymore? And every time she licks her wounds for a while. Sometimes she cries, and then she says, okay, let's fight. Let's fight. Remember that as a nation, we have been here before. In 1903, 73-year-old Mother Jones marched 100 miles with mutilated children to confront President Roosevelt. Her march included children with missing fingers, begging for school instead of factories. Her movement helped end child labor. In California, the farm workers movement fought for fair pay and safe working conditions. The women's suffrage movement meant women gained the right to vote. The labor movement, the civil rights movement, all tremendous challenges that would see success if we don't give up. This president's decisions haunt us daily. purposefully. Don't focus on him. It's not about him. It's about us. It's about our collective power to stay engaged, to motivate the community to vote, to protest for rights, and the power to say, hell no, not in our name, hell no. We just have to keep shining, keep marching, keep voting, keep organizing for as long as it takes. Dr. King reminds us that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Yet it does not bend by itself. It takes fortitude and courage to bend the arc. Ask, what must I do to make that arc bend? What must I do? I believe the arc bends when we run towards justice. And if you cannot run, then walk towards justice. And if you can't walk towards justice and you find yourself overwhelmed by this administration's lawlessness and injustices, and you find yourself down on your knees, then pick up your head and crawl towards justice. Do whatever you need to do, but keep moving towards the light of justice. Lastly, I want to share with you the story of little Annabella. On January 11th, Annabella, a 6-year-old New Jersey first grader, was left alone in her family's apartment when her dad, Noel Rodriguez, stepped out to pick up a quick food order. He was detained and taken away by ICE agents. He says he tried repeatedly to tell agents that Annabella was all alone inside. They replied, "We're not here for your daughter, we're here for you." Annabella recalls waiting a long time for Dad to return. She called her mom, but no one answered. She wanted to tell her mom that Dad had not come back, and she cried. She then changed her clothes to go out and find some help. Now, before she went outside, she stopped in front of a mirror and spoke to herself. She said, "Try to be calm. Try to be calm. Dad is fine." A first grader. Mustering up all her courage, she went outside to find help. She didn't think it was hard what she did. It was just what she had to do. Ultimately, a neighbor helped her find her mom. In her darkest hour, she became the light. If Annabella can look in the mirror under a tremendous time of duress and just do what she needed to do, so can we. If a first grader can have hope at such a terrifying moment, so can we. If a first grader can be calm and keep working to find solutions in an unimaginable circumstance, so can we. And if a first grader can be courageous and shine like a light in her darkest hour, so can we. And so we must continue to insist for justice, insist for dignity, for rule of law, for government that is truly for the people. So in the end, we have a birth of a better democracy, a stronger reverence for our Constitution. And as Lincoln reminds us, so that government for the people and by the people shall never perish from this earth. Never perish from this earth. It's time to be the light. It's time to shine, people. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Noel.